Lose your religion. That's basically the message of signs plastered on 75 CTA buses in Chicago right now. Maybe you've seen the buses around town already. Fox Chicago News first reported it last night. The controversial signs tell you to sleep in on Sunday instead of going to church. The signs were purchased by a group called the Freedom From Religion Foundation, based up in Wisconsin. The CTA says the signs are completely within the rules. Tonight it is all the talk. Father Michael Flaker of St. Sabina's raised concerns on a blog on the Chicago Tribune's website, writing in part, in a day when values and respect of life seem to be at an all-time low, it seems sad that in the search for funds, CTA would approve such ads for our citizens, and in particular our children who ride these buses to and from school to be reading each day. Joining us now to talk about the signs, Mike Weta, who's a member of the group behind the anti-church campaign, and the Reverend Dr. Joanne Love, senior pastor at the New Covenant Life Church. Thanks for joining us, both of you.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Mike. Do you intend to offend church-going people, which by most estimates is about 40% of the people here in Chicago?
No, these thought-provoking ads are not meant to offend. They're meant to expand the debate about First Amendment rights, about separation of church and state, from the courtroom into the public realm.
Dr. Long, are you offended by the signs?
Well, I dislike the signs, and I certainly don't appreciate them in our community, for we respect the church as not only the pillar, but a place of empowerment for our people in our community. Dr. Long, you have said that freedom of speech reigns. You believe they have the right to put these signs up, right? I believe that anyone have a right because of America, but at the same time, I would actually, Robin, seek to know, are these signs in every community within our city? Are they in Skokie, in the suburbs? And are you just targeting the inner city and the African American community? I'd like this organization to define themselves and define their mission within our community, especially since we respect.
Mr. Weta, can you respond to that?
Our mission is really twofold, and it's a national organization, and we advocate for the separation of church and state, and we also advocate for the acceptance on an equal basis in our country.
But what Reverend Long was asking was, are these messages, these signs on the outside of the buses, all over Chicagoland? Are they in Skokie? Are they in the suburbs?
No,
are they just in the inner city?
These signs are primarily in the Loop.
Okay. All right.
And to be
when
seen by folks when they're downtown.
When they come to the south side of Chicago, when they go to the west side of Chicago, that is directly within the inner city, within the African American community. And I'm concerned, as Father Flaker said, for our children, because we are leaders within our community, and we say that our church is the empowerment zone for people.
Okay,
I'd like to address that. You know, there's a range of views here, and the signs are meant to be thought-provoking. And I don't know about you, I know a lot of people who they might as well sleep in on Sunday. They go to church and they think that gives them a free pass for the rest of the week. And if these signs suggest that perhaps it's more important on what we do than what we believe, then we're accomplishing something with them. And kids should be thinking about that.
They are thought-provoking. Maybe some of the thoughts people are having are not all that positive. We did get some feedback from some people after seeing our story last night, and I'd like to see if you guys could comment on that. Sleep in on Sunday signs are no ruder than attend church on Sunday ones. They're a good way to notify people who don't believe in a God, or a God that requires worship, that there are many others who agree with them. Now, studies or surveys have shown that the number of people who don't call themselves religious is going up since 1990 when the first survey was done. Dr. Long, are you worried at all that maybe the atheists are winning?
In fact, I know that they're not winning. We are so driven by our faith. It is faith that have brought us thus far, and we're more committed and we're more passionate about our foundation and our pillar.
Okay.
We don't see it as winning or losing. We see it as, again, First Amendment rights. The government should not be advocating one religion or another. And we see it from the point of view that that you can be a good citizen, a good American, a patriot, whether you're a believer or a skeptic.
And a good CTA writer and regent, I guess, Mr. Weeda. Thank you so much, Reverend Long, for joining us, and Mr. Weeda from the Freedom from Religion Foundation. And if you have some strong feelings about this there at home, you can go to myfoxchicago.com, leave a comment about the story, and read the other people's comments. There are quite a few of them. The link is right there on our homepage.